What's poppin', T Subs and T Squad? So, girl, y'all already know I'm here to give y'all a little light, a little yang around these T Talk Action News streets, honey. um, excuse me. The reason why I know you guys have noticed when I've been doing T Talks, I haven't been on camera. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, you guys, but ever since I bought my new laptop, it's like the connection is stupid. All right. Like I'm sitting right under my Wi-Fi, and when I get on StreamYard, it swears up and down. The Wi-Fi is unstable, and it's this and it's that. And when I had my old laptop, I didn't have these problems. So it got to be StreamYard. It can't be this expensive ass laptop that I done spent money on. I know it ain't that because everything else worked just fine. So until I figure out or StreamYard figures it out, that's why the T Talks have been like this because I don't have to worry about it being unstable and then I'm freezing or I'm lagging or something of the sort. Anyway, bitch. Excuse me. So, y'all make sure to hit up the social medias. Make sure that y'all are plugged into all of the social medias that y'all see: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and also TikTok. You can also email the channel, email all that good stuff. If y'all got some stuff to send me that is not Love and Marriage Transville related, everything else is just fine and dandy. So, girl. So, child, listen, the girls are fighting, honey. All right. The trade is out here fighting, fussing and tussling all out here on Al Gore slash Beyonce's good internet, girl. And at this point, I'm completely over it because y'all still fussing and arguing over hurt feelings from way back in the mid 2000s. Like, y'all are overgrown, rusty ass men with families at this point. When do y'all decide to build the bridge and actually get over it? And I'm saying this from across the board, like from Omarion on down to Demario Thornton, aka Raz B. Y'all need to get it together. Like it's every year it's some bullshit with y'all, and at this point, we tired of hearing it. So all of this stemmed from Mario giving a small little light girl. It was a small little light, and it turned into a big thing for whatever reason. So Mario decided to post this. It was a picture of a casket, and he said, "Yeah, room for three. Ha 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 ha. R&B ain't dead at Omarion, but you and your friends rest well tonight." And then under that, Joe Button says, "Nah, my nigga deserves to talk his shit with the fire emojis, blah blah blah." And it was a small little light. It won't nothing too big. It won't nothing too major. Then he turned around and posted this. I spoke to Ed Amarion after the wake last night. He's woke now. Said I inspired him to become a full-time author. Ed Orion is gonna grow the watermelons and O's gonna write the book. I'm proud of them. I know Mom's is proud too. I saw her backstage and she says hi. um, again, a small little light, won't too much or nothing. Like it just was what it was. And so then after that, I guess Miss Omarion did not. He won't too kiki about the little light that Mario gave him, which it wasn't even that bad. It was a small little banter that our more than show he should have known that he was gonna get. And so he decides to respond by saying this here. Peace, family. I had a photo shoot this morning for my Hello Beautiful magazine cover, so forgive me for being late to the party. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for tuning into Versus last night. Thank you at The Real Swiss and Timberland for being trendsetters and providing this incredible platform for artists. I had a great time. Streams going up, by the way, LOL. Shout out to at Mario Worldwide. R&B for the win. Looking forward to our next performance on the 29th at the MGM Grand Harbor in Washington D.C., where you will open up for me as per usual. And yes, there will be a sound check that date. This time we won't use your front house. We won't use the front of your house, sound man. Um I love all the jokes and opinions. Y'all are hilarious. I'm enjoying the creativity. If you're lucky enough to be in this business for 20 years, you will understand. Um, you will understand at some point you will experience malfunctions. It comes with being an artist and making yourself vulnerable to the world. But to my three background dancers, I'm not surprised because this is how y'all always been. Even in the group, praying for my downfall. Well, keep praying because I'm overbooked and busy. Meanwhile, y'all got to get a job other than hating on O. I heard UPS is hiring. Whew, dear God Almighty. Girl, the shade. Now, from what I read, Omarion gave um Omarion gave his ex bandmates that bit of shade because from what I read, they was kikiing and cackling with all of the jokes and stuff that people was giving Omarion for the performance that he gave during, the verses or whatnot. So that's why he decided to throw in that tidbit of shade to the B2K girls. But girl, after that, it was murder she wrote, bitch, because then all of them decided to come out and have something to say, but no more so than J Boog. Like J Boog felt the most hit out of out of the other three ladies that was in this girl group that I used to love so much. And it's just like, girl, you really in your feelings, child. Get out of them. So this is what J Boog said, girl. He started off this long dissertation with this. I just leave this here. The last MBS stop here. No post will be made after this. Just a little truth for those who want to know the real at Omarion. So then, girl, here go. He says it's sad when you see ones you grew up with, but also you grew up, turned out the way they do. The wise lead the future wizards. I'll be that. The wise one you shouldn't have never the wise one you shouldn't have been in a rush to skip class. Now you're a fifth year senior playing ball with the GPA of 2.3, barely passing if this don't work. LOL. Remember the kids you clown for not having the fashion, but at the award ceremony in school, they were the one winning principal's honor roll. Yeah, you were cool then, but they were focused. This probably gonna be your boss in the future. It's probably sucks to be a slave to something you gave your life to but never mastered. Now you're stuck in this shit with no other options to be on top, and now your view is from the bottom looking up. Admiring this now your view is from the bottom looking up, admiring the spot you once held, not able to conquer it again. Time spent in the selfish mindset, not valuing the gems right next to you, learning from nothing, earning no knowledge from the genius amongst you. At night, I know you wonder to yourself, what am I doing wrong to not accept the blessing that was put in your life, a life that me and you were living. You're ungrateful. And fame is a hell of a drug. I know when we were together as a group, you wanted to be the most famous, aka the most favorite, but that wasn't the case. Fizz and Bug were the favorites, and you couldn't understand that because you sung all the leads by old school group design, but the guy who only talked on the track and in the interviews, me, and the other guy who rapped on your singles, Fizz, were getting more love than you. That's not my fault, but I never was mad that I could sing on your but I was never mad that I could sing on your level but never got a chance. I was just a young boy from Compton, happy to be a part of the group and out of my situation. I was always more of a talent than how I was used, but yeah, I'm still grateful. I was a part of a machine. You gave off the impression as if you've done me a favor. Shall I take you back to when because of your vocal we visited every record label in the business and was turned down twice. Nigga, you was singing in the background for a minute when Max Goose brought in another lead singer to try to make the record sound better, to help him try to get us the deal. And when that happened, who stood for you? We did, and we went to management and said we rolling with not we not bringing nobody else in. And we stood by your side when we were told if we didn't get a deal on our next meeting, we were going to get dropped. Now, let's think about those odds per history of our other meetings. The thing we call B2K was never the Omarion show. It was more like a circus, and each guy brought special and each guy brought special attention and creativity. It was fun to watch. Watching you only lets me know that you're not really paying attention to what was making you a Marion, because without us around, it's clear you can't tap back into him. You look lost, almost like you're looking for us to feed off of. You were never a solo artist. You are a fame hog, and that got the best of you. The fact that everyone wasn't screaming Omarion drove you crazy because you was giving it all you had, laughing my ass off. Standing next to us was really hard for you, so you took your opportunity to leave and only be seen by yourself. So if anyone showed up, even if it was 5 people, they were there to see you. To be a part of a brand that is bigger than you is hard for you to accept. But one who tears down his own work is a poisoned individual. To call me a background dancer is funny. Should we discuss the truth behind how those records were really made? I was there, and you were not in the booth for a lot of the vocals that we were put on those songs. From your lead vocals not being fully you. Listen to that first album. You'll hear Steve Russell in and out of those leads and the hooks of the first album until I took over on the second album. Uh Me landing a lead on our second single fucked with you because of our first number one single, Bump Bump Bump. I sang the hook on it, and I brought attention to the label that the group was able to evolve, and Troy Taylor made the call to put me on the first verse of Girlfriend after I already sung that hook earlier that day. It was written all over your face because me and Fizz talked about it that day at the session. I was already more loved in the group by the fans, and now I had a lead. You knew it was a wrap for you. It didn't help that Fizz was the most popular, and the label had already gave him a solo deal before you even had a conversation with them about one. Tell the truth. When you try to lie to the people because lack of knowledge on this situation. Shall we talk about why you broke the group up originally? You were looking for a way out before anything ever happened, and because a chick you like that didn't like you got smashed, you went and did the ultimate snake shit. You took a bonding conversation amongst us boys that normally brought us closer and took the information and ratted us out. We always thought those conversations was confidential, just between us, but you knew what you was doing. We had rules. Know it. Come on, Boogie, just do it. Let's do it for the kids. Let's just get this money. Yeah, nigga, that was you. LOL. And soon as the fire was back lit, you threw us off the ship and took off with the boat again. Funny thing is, every time you took off with the boat, you got jacked for it. Chris Brown took your career, and Bow Wow just took your tour. Shaking my fucking head. That's what happens when you try to use people as a launch pad. It's levels to this shit, and I'm here to break it down for you. So all that shit that happened to you probably makes sense to the world now on why it happened. You throw stones and hide your hands. Nigga, I saw your whack ass show in the Millennium Tour too, kicking down our chairs. You didn't do it that night. You didn't do it that night. We was all on stage with you in LA though. LOL. Your little slick comment on TMZ, your slick post on the Shade Room, I am B2K, and the verses claiming them as all your vocals on the B2K records. You lame for all of this shit, fam. Don't run from your legacy. We did in such a short time still is a major topic. B2K will forever be your origin, and from the looks of it, the peak of your career. Omarion is a brand. I give you that, but it's not bigger than B2K, which is your brand as well. So stop the de-edification and just at least let it have life left for you when you come crawling back to it. You and I know what the people want from the world, to the feedback and all of the meetings that you were getting turned down in right now. The industry is watching you along with the world, and we all thinking the same thing. What the fuck is he thinking? If it was a backup dancer, you were a dancer with a record deal. Neither of us was singing food. LMAO. Welcome to the jungle, nigga. Hope you survive the night. Dear God Almighty, I lost a lot of brain cells reading that, Jarrell. I mean, I'm glad you said what you said, and I believe every word of what you said, what you're saying, but shit, nigga, did you really sit down and type all of that, or did you talk into Siri and let her do it? I hope you talked into Siri and let her do it. Anyway, so then girl, after that, Raz B came up there and posted up he did a tweet and delete, posted up a picture of some legal documents basically saying that Omarion didn't want to do anything else with B2K, didn't want to go on the show with B2K, didn't want to share the same stage with B2K, and blah, blah, blah. He tweeted that and then deleted it. And then Drew went on ahead and he had this to say. Air Fizz. Sorry I'm late to the post and delete party at Boogie P and Raz B2K. Been at my son's tournament all morning. Shout out to my little one, number one killer cam, all of that. But check it. I ain't deleting shit. For what? This is funny games, but if it's smoke, then it's smoke. Who am I? Number one, a father. Number two, an entrepreneur. Number three, B2K member. What I'm not is Omarion's is what I'm not is Omarion's backup dancer. Shit, I can't even dance just like that nigga can't sing. Lord, Fizz, that was a good one, Fizz. That was a good one. You got that off, Fizz. You got that off. So, girl, that was all she wrote in a nutshell, girl. That was that whole thing. Listen, excuse me. I'm about to be really, really honest. Omarion, I really wished you would have just been unbothered. I really wished you would not have said anything. I really wished you would have just lived up to your name and not been unbothered. Or if you was gonna make a post, just make your post about the little magazine cover that you was doing. But I really wish you didn't feel the need to respond, because you feeling the need to respond then led to all of this foolishness. Listen, I understand everything from both sides, from all parties. Okay, Omarion has his own reasonings as to why things happened the way they did. The other three members have their own reasons as to why things happened the way they did. I do believe J Bud, Jarrell, when he said that fame got to you. I totally believe that. I do believe you always really wanted to be solo, but the thing about it is you could not make it solo on your own. You got to your solo status because of your affiliation with B2K. So you do kind of seem real crazy constantly trying to denounce what got you to where you are today, which is B2K. No matter how you look at it, Omarion, if it was not for you being a part of that group, you would not be here. Because if you was talented enough to make it solo, you would have made it solo. There would have never been a reason for you to have been a part of a group in the first place. So I understand what they're saying when it comes to that. It's not trying to take away what it is that you've done, but it's like you're tearing them down to lift yourself up, and you really can't do that. You don't have the right. You needed them to get to where you are. You do. Last night proved that. I mean, not last night. The night before proved that, Omarion. It did. You went up against a real singer and you looked and you sounded foolish because you're not a singer like that. You're not. You was a singer for B2K, but that was because you was really the only one there that could sing, other than Jarrell. You know what I'm saying? So it worked for you to have that. Two, not too many people were screaming for Omarion. I'm gonna be real. Majority of the quiet as it's kept, majority of the crowd really went up for Lil Fizz for a long time. I was one of the ones that went up for Raz B from the very beginning, and then it went from Raz B to J Bug. I never had a thing for you, Omarion. Ever. You never did it for me. I don't know what it was about you that did not do it for me, but you didn't. So I'm not gonna sit over here and act like what he said was a lie about that because it wasn't. So many of the girls, so many of my homegirls, so many of us, they went up for Lil Fizz way more than they went up for you. And they went up for J Bug way more than they went up for you. And they went up for Raz B way more than they went up for you. Yeah, you had the people that went up, but it won't to the point of what you think it was. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Marion. Girl, I don't know. Like, I'm just over it with y'all. I'm over it with y'all. Like, at this point, all four of y'all need to be over that shit because y'all broke up in 2004. We now in 2022 and y'all still are salty over that shit. At some point, somebody has to be the mature one, be the adult, and get over it. Somebody has to. I don't care who, but somebody has to. Somebody needs to. As soon as possible. As fast as you can. Because if I'm tired of hearing about it, I know everybody else is. But y'all, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got no more to give you, child. Like I said, the whole thing was just a lot, and the whole thing stemmed from Mario trolling. All right, a little harmless troll led to all of this. But y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this situation, honey. And until tonight for what is it? The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll holla at y'all then, girl. Bye.